The journey of the soul. Where are you headed? This video is part 1 of an 8-part journey. We are going to walk together through the greatest questions the soul will ever face. I'm not going to give you a lecture. I want us to walk side by side, like friends, on the road, talking as we go. All 8 videos will be uploaded in a new playlist on my YouTube channel called Walking Toward God. Friend, imagine you wake up one morning and instead of your bedroom, you are standing on a narrow road. It stretches in both directions, fading into mist. The air is fresh, carrying the scent of rain on earth. The silence is deep, but not empty. At your feet, carved into a stone slab, are the words, the road of your life. There is no map, no compass, no signs telling you how far you've come or how far you've got left. You just know, somehow, that you've been walking this road since the day you were born. You can't go back. And the truth is, whether you realize it or not, you are still moving. Every choice you make is a step forward, one way or another. And so, my friend, here's the real question. Where is this road taking you? The Bible puts it bluntly. There is a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way to death. Proverbs. That's not meant to frighten you. It's meant to wake you up. Because the fathers tell us the soul is never standing still. Saint Gregory of Nyssa says, the soul's life is movement toward God. When it ceases to advance, it falls back. You and I are on a journey, not just through years, but toward a destination. And what we do today decides which way we're walking. If you are already moving, are you sure it's toward Him? Along the way, we'll pass through the places you need to see. But before we get to any of them, we need to start here. How do you know where you are headed? Every real journey begins when you realize you can't keep going the way you have been. For the prodigal son, it was hunger in a far-off land. For Saint Augustine, it was the restless ache that nothing in the world could satisfy. For you, maybe it's this moment, because deep down you know the years are passing. The steps you are taking are leading somewhere. If you were to keep walking exactly as you are today, where would you end up? Where would you end up? Maybe I'm fine, we tell ourselves. I'm not hurting anyone. I go to church sometimes. I believe in God, we say. But the road to begin lost doesn't always look dangerous. It's often comfortable, familiar. Saint John Climacus warns, the one who fights and falls is better than the one who never fights at all. It's not about whether you've avoided the worst sins. It's about whether you are moving toward Christ or drifting away without even noticing. So today, we take the first conscious step. Not a leap, not a sprint. Just one step in the right direction. Friend, we're not the first to walk this road. The saints have gone before us, men and women, who left behind footprints we can follow. Some walked through joy, some through fire, but all kept their eyes fixed on the same destination. And that's where the rest of this series will guide us, through the same landscapes they crossed. If you had to walk through the dark, wouldn't you want someone ahead holding a lantern? The first steps on a fresh path feel good. You pray more earnestly. You read scripture and see things you've never seen. You notice God's hand in small moments. But here's the thing. A journey isn't measured by how excited you are at the start. It's measured by whether you keep walking when the road gets long. That's why I'm not just inviting you to one video. I'm inviting you to keep walking with me through all 8. Somewhere along the way, you'll notice something. Your walk isn't just about you. Your steps leave a trail. Someone else, your children, a friend, even a stranger, is following without you knowing. That's why it matters which direction you are headed. It's not just your soul at stake. If someone you loved walked the same path you are on, where would it take them? Where would it take them? This is the question. The road isn't straight. There are places where the air grows heavy, where shadows stretch across the path. Temptations don't always shout. Sometimes they whisper. Comfort can become a trap. That's why we'll need the signs in part 2, the strength for pain in part 3, the way home in part 4, and the tools to stay awake in part 5. But those are ahead. Right now we just keep walking. You will hit moments where you can't see the way forward, where prayer feels empty, where you wonder if you've been walking in circles. And in those moments, you'll need to remember the road doesn't end just because the fog rolls in. The fathers teach that sometimes God hides himself not to abandon us, but to draw us deeper. Like a mother stepping back so her child will learn to walk on his own. That's why when we get to part 3, we'll talk about why he allows the pain and the silence and how those moments can be the most sacred. You take another step and then another. It's not dramatic, but it's steady, and sometimes steady is a miracle in itself. From here, the road bends toward the first milestone, signs that your soul is in danger. That's where we'll go in part 2. We'll learn to see what most people miss, the red flags on the road. Because if you can spot them early, you can turn before it's too late. So here is my question. Will you take the next step with me? The mist ahead begins to glow faintly, like sunrise breaking. You can't see the whole road, just the next few steps. And sometimes that's all you need. God bless you.